Billy said he's had an up and down year with the injury and everything that's gone into the season. What have you seen from him this season that has kind of shown on the pitch?
Well, I mean, he brings a lot of experience, and he's very tough. He's one of our best defenders, 1v1, and he's great in the air. He just brings a presence to our team, and I think he's continuing to get better every year with, his distribution and his technical side of his game. And I think that's shown this year. But yeah, the injury was not a great time, right there in the middle. We just obviously when he's on the field we miss qualities that he brings to our team, and so it's nice to get him back in the fold.
What are you gonna miss most from this senior class?
Oh, every group has a different. This is a really fun group. I mean, that group of seniors. You have a couple fifth years with Rich and Derek, who were part of a championship team, and have wonderful personalities and did a great job on and off the field. And then you have a couple guys that transferred in with a Phil, obviously, and a Christian now. It's a mixed group. I think personality-wise, I would classify as pretty eclectic, if you had to put a word. They're all pretty different. I like that. We try to recruit some of those qualities, but the one consistent thing is that they've really put the program in a good place for the time they've been here, and that's what I'm proud of. And they've done a great job in school and representing our program, and we'd love to see them have a great final year.
With kind of how the seeding can shake out, anywhere from like 2 to a 7 or whatever it is, does this almost feel like a playoff game?
Oh, I think this time of year always does. I mean, you obviously say it's a must-win. It's not a must-win until it's the tournament, but you position yourself better with every win you get, and some of those early games were games that were really sitting well for us. So it's just everything gets narrow, so everything is more visual. You can see the end, you can see the seed, you know what you're playing for. It's the first game of the Big Ten where that 2 points that sneaks away from you, that could be the difference right now of us securing for sure second. And we say that all the time, and I think they've had an approach has been great. I don't think we've ever thought about we'll save it as we get going. But that's the truth of the matter. So, yeah, we're playing for second to sixth, the same exact as last year. That shows the parity of our league. It shows how tight the margins are, and again, I like our performance. I like what we've been presenting and demonstrating, and hopefully we'll get that second seed.
Thoughts on Michigan State? Obviously, probably got everybody's attention with that win over Notre Dame the other night.
Yeah, they're really solid, balanced. It's a good Michigan State team. I think they, from a team they had 2-3 years ago with a few guys that are playing significant minutes in the MLS. There's some special players they had, and they had a quarterfinal run with that group. This group, I think player for players is just balanced, and I think some of their young players are the ones that are emerging into their go-to next level type players, and so it's going to be a tough game. I mean, our games with them have always been really tough, well played, entertaining, and I got a lot of respect for what Damon's done at Michigan State, and they're going to come in here and fight hard, but they play within the confines of what needs to be done, so it won't ever get ugly. Both teams are going to play physical, but want to play, and I think that's going to be a fun game for our fans to watch.
How much momentum do you feel like you guys can carry off of Tuesday's game, and how much of it is just game to game?
Right now, I mean, we're entering an interesting phase because we're about to enter that third phase into championship play, and you want to be playing well. But I look back at championship years, and I mean, one of our worst games of the year in 12 was our Big Ten loss that led us into the championship run. So it doesn't always make sense. So you can say that, but I've seen it the opposite. One of our worst games in 12 was the game leading into our championship run. You want to, of course, have some momentum and be playing well. I think we are. And I think seeing the back of the net was great because it does give attackers confidence. It's no different than, you defend really well, but if you're not getting a shutout and you're getting unfortunate on some sloppy goals or a great goal, it just deflates you a little bit. And I think we've had outstanding defending for the whole year. And we've created great chances all year. It's just nice to see it go in the back of the net. So I think the goal scored was the most important, and nice to get a great performance as well. So yes, to answer your question, the momentum is nice, but not essential for a championship, I should say.
How do you prepare for a goal scorer as talented as Sierakowski for Michigan State?
Well, I think we play a tough schedule, so I think we've seen other players that are in his same ability, and that's no knock to Ryan. I think he's an outstanding young player, but our team has seen some outstanding strikers with the schedule. So that's the nice thing. We get into these games because our non-conference schedule prepares us for anything that we're going to see, and Ryan will be no different than some of the other top strikers we faced. But he has some qualities that we'll be very aware of, but again, he's not. He won't present anything that we have not seen. He'll just be another really good player that we're playing.
Poncho has seen a lot more minutes ever since that game-winning goal against Butler. What has gone into the decision-making process, putting him in the starting lineup recently?
Well, Austin is one that had a lot of minutes last year, and we're going through, like you do every year, kind of a cycle of where's your rotation, what's it look like, what's this team need, and kind of as the year unraveled, the things that Austin brings, which is an unbelievable mobility, ability to make plays not only for his teammates but for himself. He's scrappy. He'll put his body in the line. He's effective is one of the best simple ways to put it, and he's just kept going. I think it's a good example for all of our guys. They just keep training hard every day and not worry about where you are in the team, and it can work out fine, and he's done that. So, and he's a winner. I mean, we have a lot of great winners on our team, but the kid wants to win, and he'll put everything in the moment. So I love his focus, and we know what we're going to get from him. And this time of year, you got to know what you're going to get from your starters or rotation players.
You just talked about with your team getting a home field game here in the Big Ten tournament, how big that would be. Has your team needed any external confidence or motivation, or they know what's at stake? They know what to bring to the table.
Yeah, they know. I mean, we have some guys that have been in some late runs, a championship run, and Sweet 16. So they know what pressure feels like. It's not new to them. So I feel confident that they'll perform well and do all the small details. It's so detail-oriented this time of year. Teams get tighter, defenses tighten up. Your special guys got to make some plays on both sides. Your keeper's got to be strong, and you got to be really disciplined on restarts. And if you do those things well, you give yourself a great chance of winning these games. And that's what we've been focusing on. Our play in the final third, the back third, our discipline on restarts, getting our attackers in and around goal, and trying to keep things light, and so they're ready to go.